Here's an update on the dragon I was making. Last you seen of it was the head, and since then I've done some work on the neck. The neck so far, I've been making all these joints for it underneath. However, all these joints are basically just no good because they get too loose. Like right there, see it? The problem being is that I welded all these ball bearings together, and then that then it gets stuff where I have to grind it off, and then when I do that, well, it makes it not round anymore, and so when it hits those spots, it makes it loose and it doesn't support the weight. So I gotta remake all those a different way. I just gotta get around to doing that. But so far I've been working on torso, shell, body, I guess you could say. This is two big halves of steel. They look like this here. They're like this. And I cut and ground them to be like this so far. And, well, I've been having some trouble with the neck area. I recently just redid, because at first I cut it off at the neck. I was gonna have these being the neck, and they were gonna sit almost flush. But now I'm like, no, I gotta have something on the sides, and so these have to sit. Oh, I gotta make a new one, but basically the head is gonna sit inside like this sort of thing. I'm gonna have to hollow out the middle and everything. That's gonna sit inside there with all the shells on top, and then hopefully there will be enough clearance for him to spin his head around and move up and down and stuff. That's where that's at for now. I also made some shoulder pieces. This one here. And these are gonna go around here, sort of, but I have the idea being that I get something like this, not this one, I gotta remake this, but it sits in there, and I gotta make a hole to go in, and screw into that so it holds it and everything, which is gonna be a pain. Had it all worked out before, but now I'm not sure. I think I gotta remake this piece. This is supposed to go over like that. This also would have to be screwed on. But I'm thinking it's gotta be more oval, I guess, like that. So this has to be on, there's gotta be something more here, down below. But it's gotta be kind of almost like a, I don't know what shape that is. Not oval, but it's gotta be more L-shaped, I guess, to sock it in there. And make some cuts here, because basically he's gonna have butterfly joints, like on an action figure. Gotta cut more into here a bit. I'll grind more. The plan is to hollow out all the inside of here. Just take them apart, and they just go out with the angle grinder. Basically make a big T. I got some holes drilled there for these bolts. And I still gotta weld some nuts in there so they can screw into each other. Hold it together. Stays together pretty nicely as is. And I gotta make these a little more so they don't stick out in the back, but yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I'm more worried about this other stuff, mainly the neck and stuff. It's just that he's gotta have this trap shoulder, and it was hard to at first I was just doing it with this piece, but this piece I decided was too small and it looks like crap, and so I got rid of that and just decided to do it like this. And so far it's not great, but it's not got to do some more work for it. Have to put some more weld up here to kind of build it up just a little bit more. You gotta new piece that can fit in here and not rub against anything, so it doesn't affect it. But just a lot to do, and can't really start working. Like, I can't hollow the inside of this out until I'm satisfied with the outside texture. Because you see, I did all this here. You know, I just go at it with like you know, something like this. When it's hot, I go tuk 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 tuk. And what I do is I weld like a chunk of steel, like a piece of rebar or something, on the inside of here. And I put it in the forge, take it, put it in the vise, and then I can go at it and, you know, beat it as much as I want, make it look nice and textured. But I can't do that when it's hollowed out, so I gotta make sure that the surface is what I want it to be. Same with the head. Same story as with the head. I couldn't move on until I was happy with the way the head looked. Because as soon as I cut off the piece I was holding the head to stick it in the vise, and I couldn't do any more forging and beating on it. So that's just the process, I guess you could say. So I guess today I'll just work on here a bit, try and get it look half decent. And once that's done, I guess the next thing to do would be to just start hollowing it out, I guess. So anyway, that's an update. It's a long video, but anyway, it's coming along very slowly. But, yeah.